This is EA Sports, PGA Tour coverage coming your way. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. 13th hole is where the action is right now. Let's take you there. As we check in on this early round action, we join our featured golfer, already playing well to this point. Couple of low numbers on the scorecard.
Yeah, it looks very good. Good swings out there and some good putting as well.
That's well played. And now a good look at birdie. Locked in on the read and the speed. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but that is going to hurt the course.
Still even par for the day. On to the 14th hole now. It's a par 4, 442 yards. And what's the right way to attack here, Frank?
Two choices. Try and squeeze it down the right side, just short of those big bunkers on that right. Either that or carry the bunker complex on the left. A little awkward.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But if down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. Now to the 15th tee, and Frank, this looks like a fun shot to hit.
It won't play its full yardage because of that elevated tee, but a good one out here. We might see one of those 350, 360 plus yard drives.
Frank, there's fairway, there's rough, and then there's mulch.
Yeah, the worst thing about the mulch is all these little chips around the ball, and that's so the ball doesn't sit up. And once again, this shot might look easy, but if you just miss it a bit, it so exaggerates the outcome.
It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. So 24 feet after that approach shot, Frank.
Yeah, it's well, just outside the what you'd think very makeable distance.
Ooh, almost fell, just a few inches from dropping.
Sometimes the game just isn't fair.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Well, not in contention, but in for par. Frank, the 16th hole, 414 yards, par 4, is nicknamed GOAT. Would that be greatest of all time, or is it just because the possibility you could see old Billy out there here in the Canadian Rockies?
I'd like to think it's the greatest of all time. I've never seen a GOAT hit a draw, that's why, and that's what's needed off this tee once again. The first bunker should easily be able to carry that, and, well, if you're the greatest of all time, this is the fairway, you'll certainly hit.
In the fairway, down there about 290. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made the green. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point.
That was cruel. That looked like it was certainly going in.
That's costly right there.
Painful.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. So with that, the score is now at even par. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Rich. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
And that's the key here at 17. You need to be in the fairway. They've done it. Frank, as we get set for this second shot here at 17, did you like the aggressive play off the tee?
Well, fortunately, you've got a second shot here, but now you've got to fashion some sort of bump and run. But it's a bit dicey trying to hit it all the way up there off the tee.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot.
Oh, can't hide the flag stick from that man. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you can't reach.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, this is a shot any player would love to have. Trying to finish off a round. Par 5 18th, what are we looking at?
Well, half the job's done with that tee shot, which was just tremendous, Rich. Now, really is a big opportunity. If you can just sort of flush that second shot, it's a big green and a good chance coming up ahead here for an eagle, at least a birdie.
So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor. Oh, another one goes in.
Don't forget, second round coverage coming your way tomorrow here on EA Sports. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. It's second round coverage of the Mountain Shootout. Frank, looking out here on the 15th hole, this looks like a spot where you could really crank one that you could tell your buddies about.
It's another hole that suits a player that hits the ball right to left. It's no surprise to see why Rory McIlroy plays well around here. Nice, big, high towering draw. It's going to go that extra yardage because of the elevation. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
All right, now another shot from the rough.
Yeah, this time better be better than the one we just saw.
Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
That's disappointing. He misses the par putt, and he'll have this for bogey. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, it's been that kind of a tournament. Another bogey.
Yeah, it's not exactly a small gap between that player there and the rest of the field. That gap's got to feel like the Grand Canyon right now.
Moving on to number 16 now. It's a par 4, 414 yards. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
It's another hole that'll favor a nice sort of high draw off the tee. It'll set up that second shot to a green that has got several different levels on it. I'm loving that balance.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. headed for the fat part of the green. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Ooh, so close. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Did the job right there. Frank, as we make our way to the house, a chance here at the 17th, just 374 yards, a chance for a birdie.
It certainly is. Anytime you see a hole today under 400 yards, a par 4 that is, you know you're going to get a short on your iron. You know you're going to get a short iron in your hand if you hit a good tee shot. Just avoid the bunkers left and right off the tee. Green does slope back to front, so it pitches nicely towards you, making that second shot, if anything, a little easier.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take some shots. You want to snap off a few pictures because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there. You're saying you don't want to shoot these animals; they're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Well, here we are at the final hole here at Banff Springs. 578-yard par 5, and Frank, a chance to finish the round with a flourish.
If you're one of the fortunate to hit this fairway, it's very reachable, but well protected by bunkers, left, right, central bunkers as well. You really have to be aware of two things, the wind direction and exactly how far you can carry that tee shot if you want to find this fairway. Second shot.
Frank, this is one of my favorite shots in all of golf. Second to a par 5 finishing hole. We know we have a chance to see some fireworks.
Yeah, that drive has certainly cut this hole down to size. And second shot just a little bit uphill, but you can see this is just green light. Massive entry into the front of this green.
Great way to finish off the final approach shot with a birdie opportunity. Getting set now over the putt. I thought that was in.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, line, pace. It's hard to be critical of that. Even par currently.
So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. So that is the end of the second round, and unfortunately, the end of the tournament for our featured player, missing the cut.
Well, they certainly didn't hit the magic number here for the tournament. Fell below the cut line, and they just couldn't make it back. There's always next week.
EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present opening round coverage of the PGA Championship. We're here at Whistling Straits in Kohler, Wisconsin for the PGA Championship. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports, set to bring you all of the championship action. Frank, what's in store for our golfers today under these major championship conditions?
It's a Pete Dye special, Rich. Bunkers, I've lost count of the number of bunkers at Whistling Straits, but already it's been the host of several PGA championships, so it's a test for the great players of the world. But really, you've got to tip your cap to the designer. He'll tell you that building Whistling Straits was a, quote, once-in-a-lifetime thing. To see Lake Michigan around the golf course, it looks just like it's not real. It looks like you're playing on the moon sometimes. It's an amazing venue. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Frank, anything you do differently from the rough in terms of your swing? Do you hinge the club a little bit more quickly?
No, normally put the ball just a little bit further back in your stance because you want the club to be going down. Down, it's got to go down through the grass, through the ball.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, this is where the mental game really comes into play. You've hit a second consecutive shot into the rough.
This could pound very, very quickly, so now's a chance to just take a little breath, take a breather, and try to make sure this shot certainly gets out.
Settles in over the putt. Frank, they didn't have any openings at EA Sports Basketball because, I mean, this is just brutal to watch. Resuming the action, and let's go out to hole number 11. Coming to this middle portion of the round, Frank, the featured golfer, has really struggled.
Yeah, just a rough start, and it's going to be a case of trying to find a few things to really rectify this situation. Find some fairways, start finding some greens in regulation, give yourself some birdie opportunities. Take the pressure off your game. He's going for a little extra. Whoa, that is long.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. This has no chance of finding the fairway. This is turning left.
Lays the face open. He'll try to pop this one out. Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
He'll need to be strong with this. What an outstanding shot that was.
Got the right result, too. It's just a tap-in.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now to the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, was putting. This green, anything other than flat.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Frank, you always talk about it not compounding the error, but here again, another shot from the rough.
Yeah, if you try again.
Pretty good shot right there. Locked in on the read and the speed. Losing a bit of ground now in this tournament. With the bogey, falls to 2 over. Frank, here at the 13th, a lot can happen.
Just a gentle dogleg to the right, or at least the hole moves to the right, plus the slope of the fairway. So you've got to aim left of center.
I mean, that is one of the hardest drives I have ever seen. Just let it rip. We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Slight miss, and they'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. For the par. Needs birdies at some point, but will take the par to stay at 2 over. Now to the par 4 14th. It is a dogleg left, about 396 yards.
Yeah, it really narrows up around that 300-yard mark. So this is another hole, really, where you don't need a driver. But somehow you've got to get that ball in the fairway. Remember, 150 yards, 145 in.
Just pulverized that golf ball. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Frank, it's really hard to believe that we are in Wisconsin because it looks like an old seaside links course from Scotland or Ireland.
Well, Pete Dye spent a lot of time in Scotland in the early 1960s, and that's really where he learned his architecture from. So a lot of those features he's incorporated in Whistling Straits.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This from 7 feet. So 1 over par for the round. Alongside Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner for EA Sports. Thanks for joining us. Goodbye for now. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present second round coverage of the PGA Championship.
Surely not.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance really for birdie, but really it was a rather poor approach shot.
That's all he wanted to do there.
Yeah, it's touch. I mean, when you think from that distance, chances of making are almost none. So to guarantee a two-putt, well done.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Really good drive here, about 320 yards and straight. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Birdie try up next. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Ooh, so close. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just 5 feet left. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Frank, how's the ninth hole here at Whistling Straits?
Not exactly the easiest way to finish the front nine, that's for sure. Slight bend to the right. Ideally, you want to hit it down that left side. Otherwise, you might be blocked out with that second shot.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Well, downhill, Frank, want to play the ball, what, a little further back in the stance, take a club less? This is a good-looking shot. Good chance now for a birdie. That was an outstanding play.
Well, it's almost a guarantee there after that shot.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Once considered the best player at the college level, our featured golfer makes birdie, sitting comfortably inside the cut line. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Well, where this ball's going, there's no fairway there, only rough.
Second shot now from 100 yards. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot. Maybe get away here with par.
Frank well off the pace, but the true professionals, they keep digging, trying to get better. Don't forget third round coverage coming your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo, I'm Rich Lerner, saying so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present third round coverage of the PGA Championship. Well, the best players have landed here in the middle of the country, and really in another world. There is no golf course quite like Whistling Straits. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. And Frank, let's get it started here with the 10th hole.
Not very long at 391 yards. Some of the longer hitters can actually get very close to this green. But if you want to do that, you've got to flash it down the left side. That's a little dicey. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle-nosed down.
Can't even see it from here. About 110 yards to the flagstick, and that's where the hole is, right at the bottom of it. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Perfect, and in the hole. What a shot. .645-yard par 5 11th. They call this hole the sandbox, and hopefully, Frank, you're not picking up the shovel here.
Yeah, I don't care who you are. If you're reaching this par 5 and 2, then you don't belong on this planet. He's loading up on it.
Look at the coil there. That is a heat-seeking missile right there. Wow.
Oh, that's fine. Rich, these winds haven't subsided at all today. It's certainly a tough test out there right now for these players.
They get your attention, don't they, as a player?
They have club selection right now, vital.
You put the ball back in your stance just a little bit?
If you're going to hit it down. This is not heading in the right direction.
It looks like it's going to be in the rough. That's a bit offline in the rough. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Well, this is how you build a good round, Frank. You just keep hitting greens. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Now to the 12th, short little par 3.
Yeah, just a short iron in hand. You'd like to think it's a birdie opportunity. One of the biggest problems here, though, was putting. This green, anything other than flat.
Wow, way to the right here.
And there's rough over there.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Shouldn't be a problem here. He'll take par and move on. Frank, here at the 13th, a lot can happen.
Just a gentle dogleg to the right, or at least the hole moves to the right, plus the slope of the fairway. So you've got to aim left of center.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, what makes this downhill shot a little trickier in terms of club selection and setup?
Because of the nature of the downhill, that ball's just going to come out a little lower. So you've got to take that into consideration. It might run a little more on the back end. And there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. 11 feet away. And with that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. Now to the par 4 14th. It is a dogleg left, about 396 yards.
Yeah, it really narrows up around that 300-yard mark. So this is another hole, really, where you don't need a driver. But somehow you've got to get that ball in the fairway. Remember, 250 yards, only leaves 145 in.
Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Pretty good tee shot, Frank, down that right portion. Size up this approach now.
Another green that's slightly raised and protected, really, in all 360 degrees around this green. So even though it's a short iron, it has to be well struck to make that ball land softly.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone. Well, it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
And he's made the green. Settles in over the putt. He's made it. Now the par 4 14th, and Frank, this is not about brute strength, is it?
A bit of a head scratcher here. When you first look at it, you think you just pull out the driver, but it narrows up in the driving area. So really it's a layup off the tee, just a short iron in from there.
That is a fantastic long shot.
There's no way he could hit that without a tail breeze. Surely that breeze had to help there.
Boy, Frank, what happened there?
Just in between, Rich. You know, you don't want to come up short. There's no way, you know, you're going to try and be in that situation, but a little too much club and probably a little too anxious too. Tough position. I mean, this skill and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Almost. Wow. Struggling a bit with the flat stick, and a drop shot here at the 15th hole. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Final round coverage comes your way tomorrow for our entire crew. I'm Rich Lerner saying thanks for being with us on EA Sports, and so long for now. EA Sports and the PGA of America are proud to present final round coverage of the PGA Championship. Major championships are where the world's best golfers rise to the occasion, trying to etch their names into the record books. Today, we will see which golfer grabs the spotlight here at the PGA Championship. It is the season's final major championship here at Whistling Straits Scenic Golf Course, playing host to all the action.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball, and this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Frank, safety off the tee. Now what happens on this second shot?
This green, Rich, is just elevated a little bit, so you can't just sort of grab a wedge and just hit away willy-nilly. You've got to be careful here that you must flight that shot in properly to make it soft, land softly on this green.
Well, this one should be safely on deck here. This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, and a chance for another one today. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Wow, I thought it was going in just off the mark by a fraction. Just a tap in to finish the hole. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Well, Frank, the 11th here at Whistling Straits is a monster par 5. They call it sandbox, but it is not exactly child's play, is it?
No, I can't actually count the number of bunkers on this hole. Plus, it's a dogleg to the right. 645 yards. I don't care whichever way you cut it down. That's going to be 3 good shots. Forces you to hit driver off this tee.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Birdie here yesterday, trying to do it again today. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
Good question.
This one has a chance to be close. Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Getting set now over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. So early on the backside here at the 12th hole, missed opportunity. So a tester from 4 feet. And that's a bogey. 13th hole now, and by the looks of this one, Frank, if you were right off the tee, things could go horribly wrong.
Massive drop-offs and bunkers to the right. Doubtful that you'd ever get a good lie if you missed this fairway on the right. So, flip side, keep the ball down the left.
Look at this. Look at all the power in that coil. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. We have 115 yards to the hole. Frank, what's so compelling about rivalries in sports is that athletes need each other if they're going to go to great heights. Joe Frazier needed Muhammad Ali to solidify his legend. Jack Nicklaus probably needed Arnold Palmer to go to a place that he had not been. And I think that's true across the board as we look at rivalries in sports.
I think it defines careers, Rich. It's not until those players retire that they realised how important it was to have that foe. You know, so often we're living in the present like we are now with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. And it's not for years to come that we'll realise the sport wouldn't have been the same with one without the other.
Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Wow, I didn't expect that. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Frank, any major championship gives you a good mix of holes. We've had some long ones, and now this one just under 400 yards.
But it will punish you if you're offline. There's trouble left and the mounds and the bunkers on the right. So ideally, it's a positional tee shot. Oh, if this is up, it's good.
And that one lands in the first cut, Frank.
Interesting choice coming ahead here. It'll be interesting to see how he reads this lie.
Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on the easy birdie.
Just 5 feet left. That finds the bottom of the cup. We'll call that a birdie. The 15th now, and a 503-yard par 4 here at Whistling Straits.
Well, it's certainly beautiful to look at, but tough to play. Bunkered once again left and right, but it's a hole that you have to hit a driver down here. He's going for a little extra. Rich, that is annihilation of a golf ball.
Absolutely love it. I mean, he just tore that thing to pieces. Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, the tee shot was like silk, Rich. I mean, just sets up that second shot so beautifully.
Birdie try up next. Birdie putt coming up. A par on this hole yesterday. Kind of a tricky read. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This for him would be one drop shot. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
was a tricky one, but it's in.
Frank, as you know, the finishing holes at a major championship can make even the world's #1 player buckle under the pressure. How do you avoid that?
Well, with a good drive to start here, there's a series of bunkers that start about 300 yards down the right side. You'd like to start your tee shot on those and maybe work it back towards the fairway to get a little bit more run and make this hole reachable.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. Should be safely on deck.
Well on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Different day, different hole. Made bogey yesterday. He'll do better this time, it looks like. That was not a very good read right there. Now this for birdie. Came away with a bogey on the previous round. And he has it for birdie. '17th now, and if you have a club that goes 250 yards on a good line, bust it out right now.
And if anything, you want to aim it just a hair to the right. It pays to be a little cautious here because of that mound on the left. It goes down some 20 feet below the level of the green. This is definitely not going down the fairway.
It doesn't look good. I think it's going to be in the deep rough. Well, no other way to say it, Frank. That's just an awful shot.
Bad.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
He'll need to be strong with this. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. Settles in over the putt. Frank, this game will drive you crazy.
Yeah, you can do so many things right, and then just something so simple, completely wrong.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Well, it's pretty simple. You want to put your name alongside the likes of Vijay Singh, Martin Kaymer, men who've won PGA championships right here at Whistling Straits. Then you need to knuckle down and make something happen at this final hole.
Yeah, par to win might be easy to say, but on a hole like this, 520 yards, it's hard to do.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this is money time. The approach shot here at 18.
Well, there's that carry over 7 Mile Creek. That's the biggest problem. So this long iron hit into this green, you've got to take plenty of club to make sure it finds its target. There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. Well, at least he can draw on the experience from the previous hole. Again, in the bunker. In the greenside bunker, Frank, little bit of a problem.